Hey everyone, welcome back. Chad here. Alright, so the nerd here. Alright, so let's continue where we left off. So right now we have a plain blank app, not really doing anything. If we should run it, we won't see anything really. But let's just look at some more stuff before we get started there, okay? So first off, you can change the size, you can change the type of like template screen that you're working with right here. Like you just click on it, the one you want. You have like X, I believe this is iPhone X. No, this one is iPhone X Plus. So this might be the XS. And then you have the iPhone 8 Plus here. And it kind of readjusts. They're pretty much the same, so you didn't see that much change. But if I should click on the iPhone 8 Plus, and it changes around, you see we got rid of that nasty notch. I'm playing. The notch is fine. You get used to it. Anyways, so all right, cool. So we wanna say let's be like let's. I was thinking that for the first thing, let's be like a simple login screen. We're not gonna touch any code yet, or we're not gonna touch any Swift yet, because the programming language we use is called Swift. Okay, cool. All right, so this is like your library. So you just click on this, and you see all the stuff that you could just drag onto your app right here. So you could add a label, and a label is like pretty much like almost any text you've ever seen on any app. This is what they get it from, a label. It's like no crazy type, super genius type of thing. Anybody can code, anybody can learn. So let's drag on like a sign up label. So you just click on it and you just drag it over here to the screen. Bam. Alright, it's just readjusting to it. Bam. Okay, cool. So let's just make that a little bit bigger. And I'm gonna just have it right there. So let's change the text for what's in here. So to change the text, you can do it in a couple of different ways. You could I'm gonna show you the proper way though for now. So you could click on it, make sure it's highlighted. Sometimes when I used to do this, I'd end up clicking some other place besides the actual tool or control that I'm using. That's what these are called. But make sure you just click on it, make sure it's selected. You see these borders and everything when it's selected. And then you go over here. So you want to see this other section. Remember, you can always hide it or have it pop out. So we want to see that section. Whenever, then we're going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go to the fourth icon here. It's called Attributes Inspector. I call it the thing where you go to when you want to change stuff on a control. But the correct name is the Attributes Inspector. So if you look through this Attributes Inspector, you can see you can change a lot of the stuff. And a lot of it looks kind of like the same wording as like Word, Microsoft Word. So you could be like, color. I'm gonna go right down. Yeah, you don't really need that. But let's just change this for now. So this is the label. It's the same text as whatever is in here, reflected here. So if I should be like, sign up, it changes here. Or if I be like, sign in, bam, changes just like that. And you can change the color, anything you like. You don't want to make it white because then you can't see it because of the background. You can change the size of the font, or you can make it smaller. And then you can make it like in the middle, to the right, to the left. A lot like Microsoft Word, right? This lines property here, it's pretty much just to say, well, if whatever we type here is too long, when we run the code, if we make it 0, then it will just always extend. But if we have it as 1, a part of it might get cut off. But for now, let's just stick with this area right here. We don't really need to go down yet. Okay, cool. So the next thing we're gonna get is something where the user can enter like their email. So how would we do that? We would go to the library. This is the library. And sometimes when you hover, put your mouse over them, it gives you like a hint of like what possibly does. Okay. So, and that helped me a lot when I started too. Everybody starts somewhere. Nobody just had no Swift. Okay, cool. So the next thing we need now is like a text field. So we could just look, but that takes forever. So I always just be like text field, bam. And we just drag it over. Extend it to the size we want. Some people have some really long emails. So I'm gonna just make it like this. And then remember how we could change stuff for this just by going in here? The attributes inspector are the things we change features, are the area we change features on, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. But yeah, make sure you click on this, make sure it's highlighted, and attributes inspector is highlighted, not this, or this, or this. Yeah, we're not ready for that yet. But anyways, so we want a way to let the user know that this is where you gotta type emails. So we could look, remember this is the area where we change stuff for whatever we click on. So let's make it that we have a placeholder. Oh, cool. It's like something in here that just says like, gives a hint that, well, type your email here. So we'd be like email. And you see how it looks light and gray? I like that. It's nothing too bold, nothing too dramatic. And once the user starts typing, it will just disappear. Cool. Nice. So let's add another label for sign up. So label. Oh, my bad. Bam. Just like that. Oh no, not sign up. Oh, my bad. I can't believe I did that. Sorry. So actually we need another text field. You almost be looking at me like, wow, this dude's crazy. But yeah, we need another text field for the password. Beautiful. Make sure these little blue lines helpful. Really help me out. Make sure they're in the right space. No. If you know, we're gonna add like, we gotta let the user know that this is where you enter the password. So it's pretty much the same logic or the same way we did this one. So all you gotta do, click on it, make sure it's highlighted, make sure attributes inspector is highlighted, go to placeholder text, and just type in password. And when I just started, like I saw all this stuff and I wanted to learn all of it at one time. Don't do that. That was not the best choice. It was just really frustrating and hard. Just take your time. So for right now, we're just working with the top section. We're not even touching any of this. So cool. So we have a label, a text field for people to type, a password area for people to type, and then we need like a button, right? So how we get buttons pretty much is by, well, going into our library, see if they got any buttons. Oh, boom, right here, actually. So we just drag it on. Okay. And it's the same idea. So make sure it's selected. If it's not selected, you lose these, like it's not selected, this stuff changed. And it's focusing on this view. Let me show you something cool. Let's make this view black. How we do that? Just click on it. You're not gonna see like anything selected because, well, it's a background for the iPhone or your app. But you just go over to background. It literally tells you what it does. Click on this and just change the color. So make this black. Oh, bam, nice and clean. Cool. Alright, cool. So let's get back to this button. We don't want a button that well says button. So how we do that? Make sure it's selected, attributes, and change the text. We're gonna make it login. Bam. But this blue pretty much looks hideous compared to everything else. I don't know. I feel like it should be red. And honestly, like whenever you're doing this, like, change it up to stuff you want. Like, you don't gotta make it red and make the background black. Make it whatever you want. I feel like that helps you to learn it faster. Well, at least it did for me. So we're gonna change the color for this. So to do that, we're changing the writing or the text inside the button. So which one do you think? Let's see. Type. What is that? That doesn't look like it. Nope. Not that. We could make it bigger. I feel like that would be good. We'd have to stretch it out, right? Okay, beautiful. Make sure it's centered. Then, oh, text color. Text color. So sometimes you can just read this stuff and it pretty much gives you an idea of what it does. Text color, let's make it red. And voila. Your first login screen within a couple minutes. It still requires code, don't get me wrong. Like, this is just dragging on like controls, or as the proper term is, you're just building the UI, the user interface. User interface is just pretty much how the app looks. Okay, cool. Next video we'll go more into implementing, running, and we might start some coding. Have a good day. Bye.